Hi, my name is Josh Peregoy, and I am here to share with you the responsibilities and roles of a lifeguard. First off, I would like to start out with the qualities of a true lifeguard. Knowledge and having an appropriate skill is very important factors in knowing what to do in certain situations. Reliable, mature, courteous, and positivity are also important factors to have in a good lifeguard. As a lifeguard, I know my number one concern is the patron's safety. By ensuring that everybody is safe in the pool, I know that I follow the correct procedures of injury prevention. There's a few ways of going about injury prevention, and that is making sure that everybody is following the rules and that they are cooperative with the guards that are on duty. Another way is through surveillance of good swimmers. This is just basically seeing everybody throughout the pool how they swim, what age they are, how deep the water is, and how well they carry themselves through the water, if everything is a fluid motion when they swim. Some of the tools that we use are rescue tubes, whistles, shepherd crooks, ring buoys, backboards, and med kits. Med kits contain AEDs and CPR tools, gauzes, and anything else that we can use for lacerations.
Making a rescue in the water can be risky. Swimmers who are in trouble can panic and behave irrationally, putting both themselves and the lifeguards who are trying to save them in danger.
Different pieces of equipment are available to help make rescues safer for both the lifeguard and the victim. Let's take a look at some of the equipment your facility may use.
A reaching pole is usually about 10 to 15 feet long and used to reach out to a distressed victim and pull her to safety. Any rescue that can be made without getting into the water is always safer for the lifeguard.
The shepherd's crook is a reaching pole with a large hook on one end. It's also used to extend a lifeguard's reach and pull a distressed victim to safety.
A ring buoy with an attached line also allows a lifeguard to pull a victim to safety without entering the water. It takes practice to throw a ring buoy accurately.
Some waterfronts use rescue boards as standard equipment. Shaped similar to a surfboard, the rescue board is used to quickly cover long distances and can hold the lifeguard and one or more victims.
The primary piece of equipment used by lifeguards is a rescue tube. A rescue tube has enough flotation to easily support the lifeguard plus multiple victims.
Your rescue tube is like an extension of yourself. Whenever you're on duty, you should have it with you and ready to use. And always take your rescue tube with you when you enter the water.
To wear a rescue tube properly, place the strap over your shoulder and across your chest. Hold the excess line to keep it from getting caught in the chair or other equipment when you start a rescue.
If your station requires that you stand or walk, hold the rescue tube across your stomach like this.
If you're seated in a lifeguard chair, hold the rescue tube across your thighs. Again, keeping the excess line gathered at all times.
A rescue tube can be used in many ways to assist you when making a rescue. It can extend your reach toward a victim, either from shore or in the water.
A rescue tube can help support you and the victim in the water.
And if you have to rescue a victim underwater, the strap and line keep the rescue tube within easy reach, so it'll be there whenever you need it. Many of the skills you'll learn use a rescue tube or other rescue equipment.
Learn to use all the rescue equipment at your facility properly and practice with it often. In an emergency, you'll be glad you did.
There are three types of drowning victims: passive, active, and distressed. Distressed is a swimmer who is making forward movement but is distressed. They are fighting to stay on top of the water. Active is no forward movement, but they are distressed. They are still fighting to stay on the surface. Passive, they are no longer on the surface. They are drowning. They are not able to fight anymore, and they are sinking, and that is when you need to get in the water. After you have completed your entry into the pool, you are now going to perform an extraction. You gently swim to the swimmer and approach from the back side. You put your arms under their arms and lock. You squeeze the rescue tube in between your chest and their back. You lean back and you go to the nearest pool side to extract them out of the pool. This type of extraction is only for active and distressed swimmers. If they are passive, then you have to go towards their backside once again, but instead of just leaning backwards when you lock their arms, you have to roll to their side and try to protect their neck and back as much as possible. If they are passive, You don't know what type of injury they might have. It could be a head, it could be spinal, anything. So you need to make sure that you take care of any injury that there is possible. By rolling to the side, you will be able to stabilize their neck and back in a straight line. This is very important so that you don't cause any further injuries. After you have rolled over, you need to swim to the closest edge of the pool and you need to call for assistance. This next assistance will be for backboarding. In backboarding, if the victim is passive, then you need to get them out of the pool as quickly and efficiently as possible without hurting them. To do this, you need a second rescuer to get the backboard ready. All the second rescuer does is they need to get to the backboard and they need to put the foot of the board at the edge of the pool and hold it there. While you are swimming up with them, they are going to lay the foot of the board down on the edge of the pool, and they are going to hold the victim's arms and crisscross them. While they are holding the arms of the victim crisscross and stabilizing their neck and back, you are going to get out of the pool and pick up the rescue board, which is at the foot of the pool. You are then going to lift it up, and the second rescuer is going to flip the arms of the victim over onto the rescue board, where you will grab the other arm and hold the rescue board. The other rescuer 2, will hold the board and the victim with you with the other arm. You will then slide the board down right behind their back, and then you will flip it up and stabilize your body and lean them on the edge of the pool, where you will then go through your procedures and steps of analyzing the victim. Now, if the swimmer is active and not passive, the last topic I talked about was passive. You need to get them out of the water. Active, you have a little bit more time because they are still awake and they are able to communicate with you. So you are able to take more time and more precautions in helping them because you can talk to them. So the second rescuer then just gets in the water with the backboard, and while you are holding the victim and stabilizing them, they are able to slip the backboard under their body in the water. They then stabilize the backboard, and then you go around and they hold the neck. While you go around and strap them up, they will stabilize the neck and body. You then get the cushions for the neck and you put them gently next to the ears of the victim.
Lifeguard 2 enters the water, submerges the backboard, and positions it under the victim so that it extends slightly beyond the victim's head. As Lifeguard 2 raises the backboard into place, Lifeguard 1 continues to apply pressure with both arms while moving her elbow from under the victim toward the top of the backboard. Lifeguard 2 then takes over inline stabilization using the head and chin support. Place one arm on the victim's chest and grasp the chin. Place the other hand and arm under the backboard for support.
Once Lifeguard 2 is in position, Lifeguard 1 releases the head splint and lowers the victim's arms. She then retrieves the rescue tube and places it under the head of the backboard. Lifeguard 1 supports the backboard with her forearms and again takes control of inline stabilization by placing her hands along each side of the victim's head. Lifeguard 2 is now free to secure the victim to the backboard with at least 3 straps. Place one strap high across the victim's chest and under the armpits. Place the victim's arms and hands underneath the neck strap as you secure it across the hips. Place the last strap across the thighs. Recheck each strap to be sure they are secure. Next, secure the victim's head to the backboard using a head immobilizer. Place the strap low across the victim's forehead. With one lifeguard on each side, lift the head of the backboard and set it on the edge of the gutter or the edge of the pool deck. Use 1 or 2 rescue tubes to support the foot of the board. One lifeguard gets out of the pool while the other maintains control of the backboard. The lifeguard on deck holds the head of the backboard while the other lifeguard gets out.
Together, both lifeguards step backward and pull the backboard, sliding it smoothly up over the edge and lowering it gently.
Now, there are major benefits to lifeguarding. I know I learned a lot through those sessions and everything I had to do to get qualified. But here's some benefits that I can provide for you that you will get through learning the class and working with other lifeguards. You will have improved self-discipline, better decision-making, increased leadership, develop public relations, understanding how to properly enforce rules, and teamwork and skill development. I know I had a lot of fun doing this project, and I had a lot of rewards out of it.